Hi everyone, this is Mayube and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a video game recommendations. So as I talk about each game, they're not in any particular order, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we'll start with Persona 5 Royal. So the story starts out like your character you play as gets caught by the police at this casino and your character gets interrogated. So you get the option to name your character either Akira, Ren, and a woman that goes by Najima, who's from the public prosecutor's office, comes in and interrogates Akira. So the story shows all of Akira's flashbacks and events that occurred before he got caught. So yeah, Akira is transferred to a new school because of an incident he was involved in. So the incident was he was coming home late at night and he witnessed a woman being harassed by a drunk man. So this drunk man will be important later in the story. So Akira tried to save this woman, but things go wrong when the drunk man got hurt. So this dude gets really mad and threatened to sue Akira. So what happened was this drunk man forced the woman to say Akira attacked him to the police, which Akira didn't even do that. So then what happened next? He got expelled from his old school and he had to transfer to a new one. So Akira stayed with a guardian and he goes to his new school. But when he goes there, he's not really welcomed. He gets treated as an outcast by his new classmates and faculty. So there's a group of students that Akira meets and befriends. Then they decide to make this group called the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. So their mission is to take down the bad and corrupt adults in the real world and metaverse. So I'll stop right there. I really enjoyed this game because of its narrative. The game looks really good. It's wonderful. I love its aesthetic. The music is fantastic. I think it's a beginner-friendly game for those who've never played Persona before. But the thing I dislike about Persona 5 is the length of the game. But what kept me playing is the story. So it's all good. I mean, I played the original game for 80 plus hours or more. But if you want to like 100% it, it will take you maybe more than 100 hours. But yeah. Anyway, I recommend Persona 5 Royal. Okay, so the next game is Danganronpa 1.2 Reload. I'll say this right away, it can be somewhat tough to get into this series, but someone in Reddit did a good job creating this visual on how to get into Danganronpa. I will either leave a link to the graphic in the description or show it in this video so you can see it if you're interested. So yeah, the best place to start Danganronpa is to play Happy Trigger Havoc or watch the anime. So the story is about a boy named Makoto Naegi, and he is in this school with these other students who are very talented. Things get rather difficult when an evil bear named Monokuma shows up and causes trouble for Makoto and the students. Oh, and before I forget, Danganronpa is a murder mystery adventure game, so if you like manga like Alice in Borderland, Battle Royale, or any manga related to those, you'll find some enjoyment out of Danganronpa. But anyway, like Danganronpa is a mix between like a whodunit mystery with a death game twist. So the game is also like a visual novel, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, so when you finish Happy Trigger Havoc, you move on to the sequel, which is Goodbye Despair. So similar situation. So you'll have like a new main character, Hajime Hinata, and a new set of talented students, and they are trying to escape Monokuma and his evil plans. But instead of a school, you're on an island. But yeah, the gameplay is easy to do. Most of the characters are interesting. I'll say this too, the story is good, but the series itself is not my favorite. Throughout the whole story, you'll feel like a roller coaster of emotions, from feeling sad, mad, scared, and so many others. But especially if you like grow attached to like a character, and if they end up dying, you'll feel very sad. I mean, I like the plot twists and reveals in the story. I will only recommend this video game series for those who like this type of game or story. But if you don't like the violence and blood and all of that stuff, then I'd pass it. So here's Final Fantasy 15. So this is my first Final Fantasy game that I've ever played. It's beginner friendly. You don't have to play previous Final Fantasy games to play this one. And yeah, so the story for Final Fantasy 15 follows this young prince that goes by the name Noctis, and he is joined by 3 friends who are Prompto, Gladius, and Ignis. So Noctis is set to venture out to see his fiancée Lunafreya in another city, and when the news hit for Noctis that his city was attacked and other bad events occurred, Noctis goes on a different journey. So I like the open world part of the game. You get to drive this super fancy car around and visit different places in this world you get to explore in. It's really cool. I really enjoy the time you get to hang out and get to know better like your friends that join you on this journey. And yeah, you'll definitely like grow attached for each one of them. But yeah, I totally recommend this game, and after that check out Final Fantasy VII Remake or the OG game or even Final Fantasy XIV. They're both fun. Alright, so Tales of Arise is one of the most recent Tales of games that came out for the past couple of years. It's a beautiful action JRPG. You don't need to play previous Tales of games in order to play this one. Each story is different and has a unique cast of characters you get to know. So yeah, so Tales of Arise focuses on Elfin, who's a Danon, and the other character, the girl with the pink hair, her name is Shion and she's a Renan. So Dana and Rena are 2 different worlds, and the groups of people from each world don't really get along that well with each other. So both Elfin and Shion want to change that. Also, the game tackles some serious topics, which is interesting. So yeah, you definitely need to play this game for yourself. It's just a really good experience in my opinion. But yeah, it's probably one of the better Tales of games that I've played so far. And yeah. Oh, and when you're finished playing Tales of Arise, definitely go play Tales of Symphonia Remastered when that game drops this year. Okay, so the next game is Yakuza 0. So Yakuza 0 is the prequel to the main Yakuza game series. So initially I was hesitant playing them until my friend convinced me to play it. So it is one of his favorite game series. He loves it so much that he sent all of his friends copies of the games to play. He sent me 0, Kiwami, and Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. I'll be honest, I was not into Yakuza stories back then, but it all changed after I played them, and I understand why he loves these game series. I was actually surprised. Like, the narrative, characters, and gameplay are actually really good. The story really is about these 2 prominent characters, which are Kazuma Kiryu, the guy with the white jacket, and Goro Majima, the dude with the eye patch there. So they have their own stories and showed how they were like before the events of Kiwami. And Kiwami is the remake of the first game. So the story starts with Kazuma Kiryu. He was collecting debt money from people. Then one day, one of the people who owed money died. So this caused problems for Kiryu and his Yakuza family business. So he has to find out who killed that person. But as for Goro Majima though, he is now a manager for the Grand, which is a cabaret club he runs, and he's working there because he disobeyed orders from his boss when he was a Yakuza. So, but then when a man named Sagawa, I think that's his name, he shows up and he offers him like an opportunity and this opportunity is to assassinate a person named Makoto. So when Mashima took that opportunity, he meets Makoto and plans changed. So I'll stop right there. All I can say is that I really like watching how these two characters develop throughout the game, especially Goro Majima. Like, dude, he changed from like this calm, normal guy to this wild and quote-unquote crazy person who's obsessed with fighting his rival Kiryu. And no, I'm not gonna yell Kiryu-chan, okay? I know, you can just look it up on YouTube. Okay, but yeah, the gameplay's fun. The beat 'em up feature is relatively easy to play. The game also feels like I'm reading a seinen manga or watching an anime. Like, I would totally read Yakuza 0 if it became a manga, but yeah, I would recommend 0 if you're looking for like a good Yakuza drama with some lighthearted moments sprinkled in. So yeah, give that game a go. Oh, also don't quote on me on this, but apparently in Yakuza Like a Dragon 8, Kiryu and Ichiban Kasuga from the first Like a Dragon game, they may team up in the upcoming game next year. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hyped about that news. Alright, next 2 games. So the first one I'll talk about is Nier Automata. Automata is one of my favorite games. I enjoyed it so much that I played it like 3 or 4 times already. What I love about it is that every time you play the game, the story is different. It also depends on the character you play as. Either you are 2B, 9S, or 8-2. So Automata is a science fiction game that I wasn't expecting to enjoy. Like, initially I wasn't going to like it until after playing the game. I just loved it. What sucked me in is the story and characters. Oh, and the music too. That music is amazing, like Persona 5. And apparently there's an anime currently streaming on Crunchyroll, which I haven't watched yet, but it is on my radar. I may compare it in the future either here on YouTube or on Instagram. Finally, we have The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. So there are a total of 4 games. I played all of them except for the last one. I need to get around playing the last one. But the story is about a teenager named Rin Schwarzer. He attends this prestigious military school called Thor's Academy, and he's grouped with like these other fellow students who are very skilled. And the group that they're in is called Class 7. And don't get that confused with Team 7, it's not Naruto. So they're expected to do their best and to save and protect their own country. So what I like about this game is the story and characters. The gameplay can be fun too. One of the things you can do is wear these robot suits to do missions and duke it out with like other people. So yeah, my minor complaint about the game can be the length, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's not like 100+ hours like Persona 5. But yeah, I really recommend this game series. It's great. So there is a new anime on Crunchyroll this winter season. So yeah, I'm excited to check that out. It is on my to watch list this year. And that concludes the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.